In today's For Your Reading, the newest book written by a former D.C. prosecutor, Kevin Flynn's novel, Rock Creek, tells the story of a Capitol Hill staffer found murdered in the park and the investigation to find the killer. We talked to News 4's Jummy Olabanji about the book and what inspired him to write it.
It starts out, I was a prosecutor, a violent crime prosecutor in D.C. in the U.S. Attorney's Office for 35 years. And about 17, 18 years ago, I had written one book that had come out about one of my cases. And I had been working on the Chandra Levy case, which many people in the area are still very familiar with. A case involving a D.C. intern who went missing after a jog in Rock Creek Park, and a congressman was a suspect in the case, as it turned out, unfairly suspected. But in any event, I decided to write about it after I got off the case, and I could write about it, but I had to fictionalize it, and I decided to put it back into a different era. And so I took the case that I took over in 2002 and put it back in 1952, and found that many of the themes that were resonant in the world of 2002, 2007 when I started writing it, and 2025 were still resonant in 1952. It also touches on themes of social injustice, police corruption, and racism, which were extremely prevalent in 1952. But those themes, those conditions have never really gone away. Rock Creek Park is a beautiful natural wonderland in D.C., but back in 1952, it divided the so-called white and black parts of town. And so the theme of Rock Creek Park as a dividing line, it came to symbolize how boundaries need to be crossed in order for society to survive.
Can you talk about some of the research that you had to do to put this book together?
I went into archives of the Washington Post from the era. I charted actually all the murder cases through the Washington Post, all the murder cases that happened in 1951 to 53, to get a sense for how cases were investigated, how they were taken to trial, to get a sense for also the atmospherics. And the police department, based on even articles that I read that were public, was riven with racism. But I don't want to paint a bleak picture about the narrative, because the narrative in the end is about a protagonist who surmounts those conditions, and it's about people who do their best in difficult circumstances to try to achieve justice in what was then and is still now an imperfect world.
You can buy a copy of Rock Creek where books are sold.